Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Story number 16. Abdullah ibn Amir ibn Quraysh rahmatullahi alayhi purchased a neighboring house from Khalid bin Uqbah Umawi radiyallahu anhu for 90,000 dirhams as he needed it for his personal use. When Khalid's family came to know of it, they were grieved. That night Abdullah ibn Amir heard a crying sound coming from the house, and when he asked the ladies of his family what is happening, they told him that someone of the Khalid's family was crying with grief over the sale of their house. At this, Ibn Amir immediately sent his servant to Khalid with the message that Ibn Amir had given the house as a gift to Khalid's family, and that he would not take back the price of the house from him. It is a gift to him. The house and the money are both a gift to Khalid and his family. आज तो घर भेज दिया और को दूसरा ज्यादा पैसा दे $5,000 तो इसका कैंसर और उसको दे देंगे, साइन भी कर दिए, सब कुछ कर दिया है, फिर भी पीछे मुकर जाते हैं। और यहाँ देखो घर भी दे दिया और 90,000 दिरहम भी दे दिए कि हदिया तुमको। ये सखावत थी उनकी। Once Layth ibn Sa'd rahmatullah alayhi came to know that Khalifa Harun Rashid had sent a gift of 500 dinars to Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi. At this, Layth ibn Sa'd sent 1,000 dinar as a gift to Imam Malik. When Khalifa Harun Rashid came to know of it, he showed resentment and said to Layth, "You are one of my subjects, and yet you want to excel me in generosity? It seems as though you meant to insult me. I gave him 500 and you gave him 1,000. Layth said, "O Amirul Mu'mineen, I can never think of slighting the Khalifa. The fact is that my daily income amounts to 1,000 dinars a day. I felt ashamed to present less than a day's income to an illustrious person like Imam Malik rahmatullahi alayhi." Layth rahmatullahi alayhi used to send 100 dinars regularly as gift to Imam Malik rahmatullahi alayhi. The Imam also received gift from other sources, but he spent so liberally that he often remained in debt. Layth ibn Sa'd was a renowned muhaddith and a profound scholar of deen whose daily income amounted to 1,000 dinars. In those days, zakat never became farz upon Layth ibn Sa'd throughout of his life, because he never kept money in his possession for a whole year. The annual income of Layth varied from time to time, as it is usual for the income to vary, but zakat never became due from him during his whole life, because zakat becomes due when a specified amount, 200 dirham, remain in one's possession for a whole year. Muhammad ibn Rumh says the annual income of Layth amounted to 80,000 dinars, and still not a dirham of zakat ever became farz on him, because he used to give everything away. Shu'aib rahmatullah alayhi, the son of Layth rahmatullah alayhi, says that his father's annual income was estimated at 20 to 25,000 dinars, yet often he remained in debt. Initially, his income might have been 20 to 25,000 dinars a year, but being accustomed to spending generosity, he might have been incurring debts, because as spending liberally to please Allah causes a person's income to grow, his income might eventually have risen to 1,000 dinars daily. 18. Amash Sulaiman ibn Mihran Rahmatullahi alayhi, a renowned muhaddis, says, once I kept a she-goat which fell ill. Khaysama bin Abdul Rahman used to visit me every morning and evening to inquire about the health of my goat. Every time he came, he would ask me, how is your goat? Your children might not be getting milk to drink. Do they insist on having milk? Did your goat eat anything? And so on. And before taking leave, he would put some money under the rug on which I used to be sitting and say, here is something for your children. In this way, I received more than 300 dinars during the illness of my goat through the generosity of Khaysama, to the extent that I wished that my goat never recovered and remained ill. ये उनकी सखावत थी. रोजाना बकरी की खबर लेने आते थे. हम तो इंसान की खबर लेने भी नहीं जाते. हॉस्पिटल में वो वहां भी जाते हुए डर लगता है, कोविड के बाद तो कोई जाता ही नहीं है. और ये तो बकरी की खबर लेने गए और पूछते हैं दूध नहीं पिया होगा, बच्चे भूखे होंगे, और दिनार रख के चले जाते हैं कि ये बच्चों के लिए थोड़ा पैसा है. और रोज सुबह भी आते हैं, शाम भी आते हैं, रोज पैसे दे जाते हैं. तो इतने दिनों में 300 दिनार जमा हो गए थे उनके पास. बस इसको एक दो और पढ़ लेते हैं. वंस अब्दुल मलिक बिन मरवान सेड टू अस्मा बिन्त खारिजा, I have come to know that you have certain excellent habits. Please tell me some good deeds that you practice as a routine. Asma said modestly, I cannot claim any good habits. Other people possess many excellent habits and you better ask them. But when Abdul Malik Rahmatullah insisted and swore that he must tell him, Asma Rahmatullah said, I have been very particular about three things. I never stretch my legs towards a person sitting near me. Whenever I invite some people to a meal that I have prepared for them, I always felt my gratitude to them for accepting my invitation was more than their obligation to me. And whenever a needy person came to seek my help, I always believed that I gave him less than what is due for him. 20. Sa'id ibn Khalid Umawi Rahmatullahi alayhi was a very rich man, widely known for his wealth and prosperity. It was his habit that whenever a needy person came to him for help, he would most generously give him out of what he possessed. And if sometimes a person asked him for help when he did not possess anything, he would make a commitment in writing for the man to approach him when he was in better circumstances or ask his heirs after his death. Once Qais ibn Sa'd Khazraji fell ill, but few of his friends came to visit him and inquire about his health. He was surprised, especially when he missed those who frequented his house when he was in good health. He asked about the reason, and they said, almost everybody owes you something, and they feel embarrassed to visit you without paying what they owe. At this, Qais Rahmatullah said, cursed be this wealth. It deprives a man of the pleasure of meeting his friends. He then sent a person to announce all around the city that Qais has absolved all his debtors from paying their debt. After this announcement, the visitors came in such large numbers that there was always a crowd in the house. So he missed his friends, and in order to bring them to his house, he relieved them of their debts, gave them maafi, that you don't need to pay anything, and they started coming in great numbers. These are our salaf. May Allah give us a little bit of that generosity which Allah had given them. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. कारगुजारी सुनाइए भाई. माशाअल्लाह. जज़ाकल्लाह। और कोई कारगुजारी वाले?